everybody. We are here at Farmhouse Fabrics, and it's going to look backwards on Instagram, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Anyway, where dreams are sown. And these wonderful little coasters, and I can't put my coffee on them, but they were made for me by Rhonda Sword's husband. He designed the needlepoint, and this house was actually, this is our house, and he took it from our logo, and the logo was actually drawn originally by Kristin's husband, Nathan. Man, he was pretty young, maybe 9th grade or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, maybe 9th grade. And so it's come a long way, and now it's a needlepoint.
So we got to meet Rhonda too,
Yes.
and she brought us a chocolate cake and some strawberries, and you can just tell she's one of those people, you know, she's fun, like she's
my goodness,
vibrant. It was nice to meet you.
It was funny because Ella was here, my granddaughter, and she really enjoyed meeting Miss Rhonda. And so then she heard that there were strawberries and whipped cream down in the kitchen, and so she's like,
See ya.
Let's go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Mr. Swords. Thank you so much. This is wonderful. It was a wonderful gift. And she said he told me to...
You do some fine stitching.
Yeah, put my coffee on one in the morning and put my beverage of choice on one in the evening, which would be...
Coffee.
Anyway, thank you so much.
So y'all, we are going through... We're really starting in summer. We're going to try to actually follow the seasons. Summer, fall, and winter. So there's no promises up here. We're going to skip all around because I see we've got this Liberty of London up here today. Wool fabrics, corduroy fabrics.
We had a little practice photo shoot this week, and it was really fun. And so two of Kristin's, her older girls, Andy and Charlie, hadn't even had a final fitting on their dresses. So
I thought she was going to say hadn't had a shower. I was like...
Had they?
They actually did have a shower.
Oh, the fingers crossed, please let these fit. And show them that cute picture. I mean, that's so, it's cute. This is just from our phone, but they were adorable.
Sally has a cable stitching technique for y'all today. Yeah. She's going to talk about sewing up. We talked about this pattern is you don't even want to know because there's so many adaptations. Sally dreamed it and achieved it is what we're saying.
Yeah. But
y'all
that
stay
means
tuned.
Y'all can do it. And
Definitely.
But cute kits for fall. And a couple of new notions, right?
Yep.
So, and hold up the new Threads magazine. Just came in the mail.
Y'all watch this.
Threads magazine.
Watch this. First page.
Woo!
Woo!
There's
That's
our
pretty cool.
boys. Thank you, Threads magazine. Thank you. And so this is going to be a fun issue. In fact, Christina is our teeny tiny little shipping manager, and she opened it up and she said, "Oh, it's a 70s jumpsuit, and there's a downloadable pattern."
Oh, in Threads. How cool.
But she said, originally in French, but one of the girls, Diana, knows how to speak French, so she's going to help her through it. And
so if you're the teeny tiny shipping manager, what if you were the big giant one? You think we'd refer to her that way? We got this real big giant gal in shipping. But sometimes when you're teeny tiny, you get talked about that way.
But I looked at her today and I thought, you are so tiny. She said, I am, I know.
She got a lot of personality to make up for any height, lack in height. All right, y'all. So let's talk about, we are loving this tulips print from Liberty of London. Liberty of London typically has that soft kind of ivory champagne background that can be a fussy thing to match. Mm-hmm. I loved this colorway, especially.
This was beautiful on Charlie. She's blonde. Her hair was perfect for this. She looks so grown up.
She looked like a 20s girl or something.
She did.
Something from the 20s or...
I don't know, it was perfect for her. So this is a vintage Vogue pattern, number 6771. We know that one by heart. We've shown it so often. And it actually cuts all the way up to the neck. And then this is a bias collar that's just a rectangle. And I did underline it. And I didn't use any iron-on interfacing. I actually lined the dress in a lightweight, off-white cotton, too. Mm-hmm. But one of my favorite things, and the reason I'm going to show you, because somebody ordered these buttons, and I love these buttons. And when I was trying to think what buttons to put back here on we're going to go to the overhead for Facebook. So there are loops and buttons, and these are so cute. They look like shell. They look like the ocean. and it looks like the sand in the sky or the sand in the water. And I love these buttons. And Emma will put a link to these. So they're a beautiful shank button. I believe they have shell on them, because doesn't that look like shell?
I think so.
I think it's shell on
Let's
there.
bite it. Clank it on your teeth.
Anyway, I put them on here because this is going to be a beach dress, and that they made me think of the beach. So, so this back closes with loops and buttons.
So, Jilly Atlanta has shared a picture of her birdie dress, and it has a front tie. It looks like a fold-over collar. Maybe it just has the bow front adaptation.
It does look folded over,
though. It kind of does look folded. I don't know if it's the lightweight fabric that's folded.
Too. It could be bias.
So we think this is an awesome match to the Vintage Vogue. We found our pattern. It's a ladies pattern, and we found it on Etsy. But this will give you a similar look to, I mean, it doesn't have the raglan sleeve, but it's that same kind of look.
And it kind of flowy.
Yeah.
This is a little more on the fall colorway. This is view, what, C? Yeah.
That one, I believe.
Okay, this one is...
So we've got view A, C, and then the blue one is B.
Yeah. And so I think Jilly Atlanta's is out of
this color.
This one right here. Yep. And this is her beautiful daughter. And she's precious. So the birdie dress is a size 2T to 12. And it's a PDF pattern. And you can go to jillyatlanta.com. And it's cute.
Awesome.
So these are fun. And they feel good. The girls like, ooh, this feels good.
So something else kind of in the summery, maybe even spring kind of feel. Here are a couple eyelets. These are eyelet bundles that we have. Emma, could you give me a price on these?
Yes.
These are 100% cotton.
Cotton poly.
Are they a poly cotton?
Poly cotton.
Okay, I feel it now.
Yep.
So actually these could be used for fall too.
These are good fall.
Yeah, I love an
not too pale.
An eyelet fabric, but especially I think it's interesting that they've pulled in these different kind of colorways for it. So here are 3 different colorway options. These are bundles. Our fabric bundles are pre-cut continuous pieces. Often or sometimes you might find a paneled fabric or a border fabric in the bundle category. But these are 2 yards.
2.5.
2.5 yards.
45 inches.
On sale for $20. So it's $10 a yard for these. So these are really good deals.
Yeah. These are really pretty.
I love the colorways too.
They are very fallish. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, these two especially.
Good.
So something else in that kind of let's go for summer again. We're calling it a par 4 dress. This is on the Anna Catherine. I love a round yoke. I feel like I'm always drawn to that, or like a float dress kind of style. So
it's a collar though, right?
It is a collar on this dress. So Anna Catherine, we love it. It's a traditional A-line pattern by Bonnie Blue Designs, and it has lots of different variations that you can make from the one pattern, and it has a generous size range as well. So this kit was made with a spring-looking plaid, and we thought a monogram on the collar would be really sweet. So there's one of our newest kits.
Emma, is that your monogram?
It is.
It is, yeah.
I just leave out one of the initials.
Oh.
There wouldn't be 4 on there.
All right. I'm like, hey, who is that?
So we also have, this is a little sleeveless version. This fabric really reminds me of like a Liberty print. It just has those colorways in it. This has a corduroy collar, and we designed this on the bodice dress by Collars, etc. So, and we're calling it Timeless.
This is the Everly pattern. This one is
Everly?
Yeah, I'm looking at it because, see, I didn't see the gathers at first.
Exactly.
Right. So it does have a round yoke. Everly has a round yoke.
Cool.
Yeah. What
totally not Anna Catherine.
They want to know the Vogue pattern. They said Vogue, but is it Vogue?
Yeah.
For the
Charlie's dress.
Okay, yeah. Vintage Vogue number 6771. And I ordered it from Lady Marlowe on Etsy. And so it's a reproduction. And so, anyway, how many times I've made it now. I love making this pattern. This is the easiest pattern to make, and it was cute. It's cute on like all ages. I mean, I even put it on Ella, my 9-year-old, and I had to raise the armholes so they were not way down, but It really looks...
It's really flowy. It's really a lot of gathers up at the neck, and with a lighter weight fabric, I mean, you almost can put it on any size.
The way it's cut, it hangs bias, so that makes it not stick way out. Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty. It really is pretty.
So, what else do we have up here? You've got let's talk about the Project Gutenberg.
Oh, yes. So we have mentioned a wonderful needlework designer named Mary Corbett. Mary Corbett has a website called Needle and Thread. And so we'll put a link on there for you. Well, after we talked last time, this is the first time I signed up for her newsletter, and I hope lots of you signed up for her newsletter. She writes one almost every day. How about that? Can you believe that?
It's a lot of content.
No kidding. And it's so interesting. Anyway, she's a whole lot of fun too. She's like really.
But she's also a store. I mean, she doesn't really have some kits for her.
Yeah. She does sell her kits. That's right. She sells kits, and I saw pictures in this little town she's in. She's refurbishing a downtown building. It's not going to be open like all the time to the public, but I think there will be special events. You
can learn these things too from her newsletter.
Yes, you can. Anyway, she talked about monograms and last week, and she talked about flipping a monogram and making it work for your letters. And so here she flipped it from an M to a W, and I mean, gorgeous. And so, but she said, there are thousands and thousands of free ebooks available. There are two places. One is Project Gutenberg, Gutenberg. Project Gutenberg is a library of over 60,000 free ebooks. And it's not just needlework, but all of them are free for you to use designs, and they're public domain. The other one is Internet Archive, is a nonprofit library of millions of free books, movies, software, music, websites, and more. So
did she pull this design from
Project Gutenberg?
Yeah. Okay.
And then so she flipped it, and then she took just parts and pieces and moved them around to make them look okay, like the acorns and the leaves. Anyway, she's super interesting, and I've enjoyed her newsletter.
So it's at Needle in Thread, the letter N, Needle in Thread, and Mary Corbett is the author, creator of the blog.
And it's Corbet. And so I think you'll love her. What really got me going on her blog was I was wondering whether there was a grain in thread and whether you should thread your needle in with the thread in one direction or the other. And so she actually addressed that, and she was pretty humorous.
So she recommended whenever, like, to keep a visual in your mind, you know that you're going in the right direction. If your bobbin is in place and you're pulling from there down to thread your needle, that's the correct direction.
But her bottom line is it really doesn't matter. So it matters to some people, but to her, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, she's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. It's just a fun blog to read.
So, in the spirit of hand sewing, Sally has been cable stitching. So,
can you believe it?
So she has a demonstration for y'all today on how to ruffle a ribbed knit.
I'll tell you how I came about it. You know, when I wore that sweater I got at the thrift store, and I said the neck was too big, and I came to the shop that morning, and I could tell that the ribbing was like hollow, and so I cut a hole in the back like a buttonhole. I threaded elastic through, and it drew the neckline up. So this morning, because this is International Bow Day,
it was a casing.
It was a casing. Yeah, it's like it was hollow. It was hollow. This is International Bow Day. Emma figured that out, and that has to do with our giveaway. So I have this sweater and hadn't worn it yet, and the neck was way too big. So I thought, well, I'll come down here and do that, and it wasn't hollow. It's just
not a casing.
No, it's not a casing. And so I thought, well, maybe if I just take a needle and thread and kind of gather it up, or maybe I should have elastic thread. What should I do? And so I started with just needle and thread, and I thought, you know what? This is ribbing, kind of like smocking pleats. And so I thought, well, hey, I can do.
So I'm going to show y'all like a ribbed knit. it actually has like whales almost, or a higher and a lower portion is the ribbed knit.
So you could pretend like these were pleats on a pleated.
Like oftentimes you use this as like a cuff, or like on Sally's sweater where it runs around the neck.
That's right.
Like if you're sewing with knit and like a sweatshirt, you'd have a cuff and the neck, and so maybe the bottom.
And this kind of worked for me. I thought, hey, we have this rib knit. I'm going to try a cable stitch, and that's a smocking stitch. And how many years has it been since I smocked? Maybe.
I like that your 35? Brain even went to pleated fabric.
Well, so this has, I'll show it. This has a wide rib on this side and a more narrow on this side. And I thought, well, I wonder which side is going to look the best. So I've actually done it on both sides. This is the wider. This is the wider side. And I have 6 strands of floss in here.
So what Sally is demonstrating is the neck of her sweater was stretched. So she wanted to draw it up more. So this was the technique that she used to draw in or tighten the ribbing.
So then I thought, how could you incorporate this into a garment? You could actually have this be the ruffle, the edge of a sleeve, right?
Definitely.
And then just smock around the edge. Isn't that cute? And so this is a size 9 darner that I used on here, and so I'll just do a couple of cable stitches on here. Tell me when I'm in the right
up there.
Right up here. All right. So
this is the cable stitch technique that Sally used.
So then we're gonna go. Pull it up, and then straight across here, pull it down, and it just pulls it in, and then it, because it's a cable stitch, has a little bit of elasticity, and actually really is cute. So I want people to put their thinking caps on about how you could actually use it. See how that stretches? But I wanted to use it on color so you could see the stitches. I thought that the stitches were a little easier to get even on the more narrow little rib than on this one. They look kind of clunky. I guess
that's really the first time she did it.
Yeah,
and
it
so
is.
she hadn't smocked in 30 years. So she was like, "Oh, wait a minit."
But you know what?
Cindy's got a comment on that.
Okay.
She said, "You are such a lifelong learner. Love that."
Well, I remember like fixing my sweater, and I thought, "Hey, this is kind of cool. Let's figure out how we can do this."
You can't even see like on your sweater. I mean, this effect.
Can you see a little bit in the center where I did it and pulled it up? See, it was just enough. I did the same color.
This effect would be to accent with.
Yeah,
like
it would.
It's to show off that.
That's right.
But with this, it just looks like a straight stitch.
Yeah. And so, anyway, this is a lot of fun. If you have an idea and a way to use a rib knit, that would be a lot of fun.
It reminds me of like a jabot collar.
We're going down the front.
Going down the front, if it was ruffled on both sides.
You could do a puffing, couldn't you?
Terry says she used that technique in little girls' ankle socks.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And I had no little girls, but I have seen that.
That's
exactly.
cute.
That's cute. Yes. Okay. Well, that was fun.
Cool. All right. So we are so excited about our little guys being featured in Threads magazine. So our advertisements with Thread and then also Classic Sewing magazine, they come out quarterly. They follow the seasons. You can find a 15% off coupon on every issue, every advertisement that we're in. So there's actually a coupon code for Threads and a coupon code that is different for Classic Sewing. So you could use both of those to.
And for the Smocking Arts Guild magazine. So that's also quarterly, and that has a coupon code also.
So what we did is we designed the will. We took will by colors, etc. And we chose some corduroy and wool fabrics. And we love the way that it turned out, like especially on these little guys. They are so cute. So we also offer kits on the will pattern. So you can create the same look with the corduroy and the gingham lining And then also we included thread for a monogram. You can also use the wool as well. So they're a limited number for these kits, but we created a green corduroy, and this has been a better seller than these actually. So for your little guy, he could be dressed up for Christmas, or this definitely would be great for fall as well.
So these little fellas are Chrissy Newsome's grandsons, and if you've ever called here, you've probably talked to Chrissy Newsome. And so they were amazing in the photo shoot.
They were so perfect.
Can you believe it?
I'm going to show you this one where they're hugging each other. Christy was saying how much they love each other, and I just feel like the entire time you can see it. It was so fun to watch. So if you're in this area, this was photographed by Hillary K. Photography. So we had a great experience with her. The quality of her pictures are stunning. So if you're in this Augusta area, I would definitely look her up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
She's amazing.
What else you got for us? We got new colors of organza.
Oh, Organdy.
Organdy.
Swiss Organdy. Oh, yes. And you,
is it cotton?
Yes.
It looks cotton.
No, it is 100% cotton. Yes.
So we have had Evie Hawkins here from A Bit of Stitch, and she designs these beautiful in the hoop flowers. They're very delicate. She described, like, she did a step out on how to create them when she was here for Gab and Gush. And we are excited to be offering different colors because we've not been able to find them in forever.
That's right. And Evie is going to send us some pictures of the projects where she uses the Organdy.
So you can go to abitofstitch.com and she has great directions.
Oh my goodness.
She also offers a newsletter with the information as well.
And she asked us, would we please sell these as fat quarters as well as yardage? And so yes, we're going to sell all these as fat quarters, but also for people that dress vintage dolls, try to find
oh my goodness,
Organdy in colors. I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. And so here's I'm not sure what they've named these colors. Looks kind of turquoisey to me.
And we don't care how similar these are. We're buying all the colorways. Because you cannot find colored Organdy.
I know. And this is a blue, and then this is a baby blue. And then here we have navy blue. And then we have 2 shades of lavender.
Lavender, and that's lilac.
Lilac, and which one is lilac? This one? This
is lavender.
Oh.
Lilac.
This one to me looks like our Legacy.
It is very similar. Yeah.
You might be able to use it with that. Then this, I know they called it
light jade.
Oh, we're calling it a light jade. Yeah. And then this is like a 1950s green that you can never find anymore.
Well, then it makes me wonder if it matches up with our knitting because
we had that light.
Yeah, because of Joe's dress.
Right. I
bet it does.
And so then this is
navy number 2.
Oh, and it's really kind of a purpley navy, right?
Cross-woven almost.
Is it eggplant? Eggplant. Okay. Okay, what's this one?
Chestnut.
Chestnut. I was going to say nutmeg.
And the light green was honeydew.
Oh, the light green is honeydew. It looks like a good honeydew, doesn't it? Isn't that?
It'd be a tasty one in case you're needing to pick out a honeydew today.
But like if you were making flowers and you needed a leaf with a pretty flower. Look at this light green with a lavender flower, and oh my goodness, these are wonderful.
We love for Organdy dresses, the Sophia by Bonnie Blue Designs makes up beautifully using these real bouncy. I mean, Organdy is in the world of stiff, but not when you feel it. Like it's smooth.
And it's in the world of you better cover all the edges when you put them in the child's dress, or they'll be walking around like this,
or just complaining and laying on the floor.
It's itches. But if you cover the edges like a little binding, like seams grate or something, then that's not going to be a problem. But yeah, Organdy is a special fabric. Really
beautiful.
Special. And this is from Switzerland. So anyway, it's awesome. It's awesome.
So for our photo shoot this week, we used, Sally used an embroidered netting. And this is going to be one of our beach dresses as well. So we're kind of doing a run through to see how everything worked out. I like this adaptation that you did. So how did you get there?
Well, this actually, I mean, I actually used the Kimberly pattern, believe it or not, but with just a yoke about 1.5 inches wide. You almost can't even.
So you cut down the yoke?
Cut down the yoke because I had already cut the armholes with another pattern that we're working with, one of Sally Goodwin's patterns. So then I needed the full, this length to be the same length as the Kimberly. So.
Y'all don't follow any of these instructions ever to recreate this. We're saying that Ivy, the Maxi Link Ivy by Peony Patterns is really a much better start.
That's probably right.
But
I wasn't there.
If you want to take your bodice dress and adapt it to...
I was cutting all kinds of little pieces. And then, so this fabric, this lace fabric, is double bordered. So then the first thing I did was I measured the length, but I measured it too long for whoever I was going to make it for. And it's like, you know what? This needs to go on an older child. Man, it was a perfect too for her, the color, everything. And so then we had this piece, you know, the piece that I cut off from the other side. I'm like, what am I going to do?
So Sally wore it around her neck for a couple days.
I did. I hung it on the garment. I thought, ooh, this could be a ruffle around here. So yeah, here was a piece I had cut off from the other side. And so then I thought, well, I hate to not use all of it. And it was a Peony Patterns picture that...
it's Ivy by Peony Patterns.
But who was the girl that made that gorgeous, that gorgeous dress with a drop shoulder? Oh my goodness, that was so pretty. And I started thinking about it. And I thought, what if we did a cold shoulder for her? But then we need little straps, you know, to hold it up. And then elastic through a casing. And so I took the garment over to Kristin's, and that's when I had a little fake band on and fake little ties, and I put the elastic around her arm from the band right here around her arm to the other band, and measured that. Or actually I put a pin in it to where it went. Anyway, so this was actually perfect. Double was twice the width of all the measurement I needed. So, you know, how perfect. So this part is gathered up and actually sewn to the band. And then this part has a casing with elastic in it. And I kind of wish I had ivory elastic because, can you see that white elastic kind of bugs me. That drove me crazy, but I thought I don't have time to cover it up. It's not gonna show much in the picture. That's what I kept thinking. But I should have used like an ivory elastic. But anyway, it was cute.
It is cute.
So it's just a basic dress under here with a whole lot of thinking up here.
Yeah, really.
Anyway, it was worth it. It was worth it when they turn out nice. Man. And this one, we showed you this little, this we made out of Liberty of London with Eyelet at the top. And you can, so this is for our tiny little one. This is for June. And she was adorable in it. She was cute. I never did get the pockets on, but I'm telling you what, that was cute.
Cute.
So this is a vintage pattern, Simplicity 3055, and it's darling. It's a darling pattern. So the neck, I think, is just a little bit more of a boat neck than, it's not like up here. I love that.
I do like it offset.
Yeah. And it kind of comes off the shoulder just a little bit. It's really cute. So anyway, we're almost there, and we're almost at the beach week too, so I have a couple more things to make and finish up.
Who? Madeline? Is that it?
And I'm going to make Emma that other Liberty. Yeah. And Farron.
Yes.
And I might finish June's and do that bobbinette one.
So we have lots more to go, y'all.
Because once they're done, it's like, now let's make another one.
So we have been doing twice a week giveaways here at Farmhouse. We are posting a video, and you can comment on the video. This week we asked the question, who inspired you through their teaching? We so enjoyed. Are you doing your surprise drawing?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
So we so enjoyed all your comments. Thank y'all for entering into these giveaways. It's a lot of fun.
And reading your comments was really inspirational. Oh boy. And I feel like this is a perfect time to have it because school has started and there are so many people that are teaching, and so teachers have a huge place in people's lives. And it wasn't just teachers in your classroom setting, but there were teachers that were grandmas and moms and aunts and friends and neighbors and Sunday school teachers and people that really meant a lot to you to write about. So anyway, it was great reading. It's like was as good as any book I've ever read, I think. Anyway, I loved it. Thank you for responding. I know it takes time, but it really meant a lot. So
go ahead.
Okay. I don't know if I could just pick one. I don't know which one it'll be, but here we are. This is Pat Castellano, and this is a nice shout out to Lizette Thomason. My first teacher at Martha Pullen's School of Art Fashion was Lizette Thomason. I thought I had died and gone to heaven. I learned so much from her. It was like drinking out of a fire hose. She was so inspiring, and she knew how to have fun. Listen, I've always had fun with Lizette Thomason. Lizette is the original owner of Children's Corner, and she's a wonderful lady. And I always enjoyed when we had a booth next to hers at Sewing at the Beach. So
you can still find Lizette. She runs the So Classic for Children page on Facebook, and so she was. What are there 4 original owners at Children's Corner? And she was one.
Ginger was one, and I can't remember all the names.
But she is still sharing and giving tips and doing inspirations. It's on the Children's Corner patterns, and I follow that page, and I enjoy all of her posts and everybody's questions.
Has great videos on how to change up the patterns and how to do little techniques and things like that. So, and a little sneak preview. I'm not going to tell you or show you a picture, but there's going to be a new Children's Corner pattern. It'll be shown to you this weekend. Probably you can find it at Children's Corner, but we've ordered it, so it'll be here too. And so that's going to be fun.
That will be fun.
That's going to be fun. Be watching for it. Kristen pulled something out here that we got to show you. It's so cool.
This is kind of wild. They were talking about their stuffed animals and getting inspirations from Abby D. Wilkinson on Instagram. Yeah. She's been making teddy bears, and so this is, a stamped. Is it stitched?
It almost looks like
we're getting outside of our specialty here.
It looks like wood burning almost, doesn't it?
It's interesting. So it's a leather piece. The inside is fur.
It says embossed, but yeah,
right.
It's a real skin.
Yes, it's a real skin. It is drapey and nice. I can totally see a like 70s vest from it. Can't you see, like a little Halloween outfit?
Christina, she's all about 70s.
That would be cute.
Yeah.
So also it would be fun to mix and match, like if these were the little ears of a rabbit or something, and you could have this as being the body or something.
Yeah, this is real unusual. We've never had one. We've never had one like this before.
So it is a smaller piece, but you can see really even like the animal, like, don't
let that shake you up.
It's interesting. I like it.
It's
very soft as well.
Yeah.
So these are $50 a piece. So I thought I'd bring that out and show y'all.
Kind of unique.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks for joining us today, y'all.